Have you ever noticed that the hardest working people are often the ones struggling the most financially? We're taught from a young age that if you study hard, get a good job, and put in long hours, you'll eventually become wealthy. But if that were true, every construction worker and every teacher would be a multi-millionaire. The reality is that the world is divided into two groups: those who work for money and those who have money work for them. The difference between these two groups isn't luck, and it isn't even intelligence. It is purely about how they think. Today, we are going to break down the psychological operating system of the wealthy. We're going to look at the concepts that are intentionally left out of school curriculums because, frankly, the system needs employees, not bosses. By the time this video ends, you'll understand the wealthy mindset better than most people who have spent decades in the workforce. If you're tired of playing the game by the old, broken rules and you're ready to learn the real ones, do me a quick favor, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps us keep bringing you this kind of raw, unfiltered financial education. Now, let's get into the first big secret. Most people view money as a goal. They think, if I can just make $100,000, I'll be happy. To the rich, money isn't a goal. It's a tool. Think of it like a hammer. A hammer doesn't do anything sitting in a toolbox. Its only value is what it can build. The wealthy view every single dollar they earn as a financial soldier. Their goal is to send those soldiers out into the world to capture more soldiers. When you spend money on a new pair of shoes or a fancy dinner, you are essentially killing your soldiers. You are taking your capital and turning it into a liability. The rich, however, are obsessed with keeping their soldiers alive and working. They would rather live below their means for a few years so they can build an army of capital that eventually funds their lifestyle forever. This leads us to the most important distinction in the world of wealth: assets versus liabilities. In school, you might learn a complex accounting definition of these terms, but the real-world definition is simple. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. Most people in the middle class spend their entire lives buying liabilities that they think are assets. The biggest example: the family home. Unless you are renting out rooms or flipping the house for a profit, your home is a liability. It takes money out of every month for taxes, maintenance, and interest. The rich focus 100% of their energy on acquiring assets, rental properties, stocks, businesses, and intellectual property. They don't buy the toys, the cars, the watches, the vacations until their assets are large enough to pay for them automatically. If you want a Ferrari, you don't work harder to buy it. You build a business that buys it for you. Another massive shift in thinking is how the wealthy view time. The average person trades time for money. This is the most dangerous trade you can make because time is the only resource you can't get more of. There are only 24 hours in a day, which means if your income is tied to your hours, your income has a ceiling. The wealthy have figured out how to decouple their income from their time. They use leverage. Leverage comes in many forms. It can be other people's time, hiring, employees to do the work while you focus on strategy. It can be other people's money, using bank loans to buy real estate that pays you a profit. Or, in the modern world, it can be permissionless leverage like software or content. This video is leverage. I recorded it once, but it can be watched by thousands of people at the same time. While I'm sleeping, this content is working. The rich are always looking for ways to scale. If a business model requires them to be physically present to make a dollar, they aren't interested. We also need to talk about the education trap. We are told to go to school to get a degree, so we can get a safe job. The rich know that formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. The most successful people on the planet are obsessive learners, but they don't learn the way schools teach. They don't memorize facts. They learn high-income skills. They learn sales. They learn marketing. They learn leadership. And they learn how to manage risk. They understand that the marketplace doesn't care about your degree. It only cares about the value you provide. If you can solve $1 million problem, you will get paid a portion of that $1 million. It's that simple. Let's talk about risk, because this is where most people get paralyzed. The average person is terrified of losing money, so they play it safe. They put their money in a savings account where it loses value every year to inflation. The rich view playing it safe as the riskiest move of all. They understand that inflation is a hidden tax that punishes savers. Instead of avoiding risk, the wealthy learn to manage it. They don't gamble. They take calculated risks. They do the research. They look at the data, and they move forward even when they're afraid. They know that failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of success. Every time a wealthy person fails at a business, they view it as a tuition fee for a real-world MBA. They take the lesson and move on to the next venture. While the average person fails once and decides that investing is a scam. One of the most hidden ways the rich think differently is their relationship with taxes. To most people, taxes are an unavoidable bill that gets taken out of their paycheck before they even see it. But for the wealthy, especially business owners and investors, the tax code is actually a roadmap of incentives. Governments want people to provide housing, so they give tax breaks to real estate investors. Governments want people to create jobs, so they give tax breaks to business owners. The rich align their behavior with what the government wants, allowing them to keep a much larger percentage of their earnings. They aren't doing anything illegal. They are simply playing the game by the rules that were written for the players, not the spectators. Now, I want to touch on the scarcity versus abundance mindset. Most people grew up hearing things like money doesn't grow on trees or we can't afford that. This creates a mental cage where you believe that for you to win, someone else has to lose. The rich have an abundance mindset. They see opportunities everywhere. They know that wealth is created, not just redistributed. When a new company like SpaceX or Amazon is created, they don't take money away from other people. They create entirely new industries and value that didn't exist before. If you think money is scarce, you will act out of fear and desperation. If you believe money is abundant, You will act out of curiosity and strategy. Before we go any further, I have a question for you. What was the biggest lie you were told about money growing up? Was it that debt is always bad? Or that you need a lot of money to start a business? Drop a comment below. I want to see how many of us were fed the same scripts. And while you're down there, if you're finding value in this, hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. The final piece of the puzzle is the velocity of money. Poor people get money and let it sit or spend it. The middle class gets money and saves it in places where it stays stagnant. The rich keep their money moving. They take the profit from one asset and immediately plow it into another. They want their money to move as fast as possible through as many assets as possible. This creates a compounding effect that is almost impossible to stop. It's like a snowball rolling down a mountain. At the top, you have to push it hard just to get it moving. But once it gains momentum, it grows on its own. The reason nobody teaches this in school is that the economy depends on a massive workforce of people who don't understand these rules. If everyone understood leverage and assets, there would be nobody left to work. The 9-to-5 jobs that keep the current structure standing. But you don't have to be a victim of that structure. You can choose to step outside the lines. You can choose to stop being a consumer and start being a producer. Changing how you think is the hardest part. It's easy to open a brokerage account. It's hard to stop seeing money as something to be spent and start seeing it as something to be invested. It's easy to read a book. It's hard to actually apply the knowledge when you're tired after a long day of work. But that is the price of freedom. The rich are willing to do for a few years what most people won't, so they can live the rest of their lives like most people can't. If you're still here, it means you have the drive to change your financial trajectory. Don't let this just be another video you watch and forget. Pick one concept we talked about today, whether it's leverage, high income skills, or the definition of an asset, and do one thing this week to move closer to it. Start the business, buy the book, or just track your expenses to see where your soldiers are being lost. The system is designed to keep you working for money. It's up to you to design a life where money works for you. Thanks for watching. Keep your mind sharp, stay hungry, and I'll see you in the next one.